So Auntieways.
So Auntie what?
So Auntieways.
Girl,
What's the tea?
So Auntieways.
How
weird.
right.
That's
Yeah,
right, girl.
Right. Oh, but you know what? That's because I had plans, but my plans fell through.
Hello.
But I did. But I did have plans.
When did they fall through, girl?
Like Saturday night. So like there was really no
Oh,
time.
you're a liar.
No, for real.
What were your
For real.
plans? What were your
We were
plans?
going to go, me and my sister, we're going to take my mother to Pio Pio, which, as you know, is our favorite Peruvian restaurant for
I love Pio
Pio.
Pio.
You know how much I love my Peruvian, my Peruvian
we
food.
know, honey.
But then there was drama. I'm not going to get into it.
Oh, no,
Mm.
get into it with the drama.
No, but I will show off. This just came today.
Well, then, no, you know what, girl? Then why don't we start the show?
cavelling.
Why don't we start the show, okay?
Let's start the show, and then I'll show you.
Yeah, you and your Peruvian lies. Now remember,
My Peruvian network.
honey, I'm too Peruvian with this bullshit. Remember, there's
That's
music. Right. It's music. I forget how this goes.
Yes.
How does this go? Oh,
it goes, loca, please. Oh,
loca, please.
Wait, does it go?
So Auntieways.
Plaza Queen.
Yeah.
Oh, so Auntieways,
that's the
yes.
other one. And there's music. Hello. Welcome back. Summer vacation is over. This is pet sitter and drag queen Lishana Dog.
This is Miss Matenga, y'all.
This is
it's
embarrassed
sounding real blue.
Do it again.
Do it again. Matenga, energy up.
Yes.
I know
Energy.
you just listen.
Honey, I was trying to sound warm and loving.
And I think you did pull it off.
You sound
Right?
corpse-like and desperate.
Right.
Okay.
Booby, I love your Walona t-shirt.
Well, I guess we're just going to gloss over that, and the show has started. Welcome to So Auntieways.
Yes.
That's right.
That's
We're
right. The hottest show on the East Coast. Okay. but only a little small region of the East Coast.
It's
A
very
little
regional.
small.
It's very regional, darling. From St. Petersburg to
yeah.
Nyack. That's
Yes.
it. That's it. So, yes, we were gone for the summer. We were cool for the summer.
We were cool for the summer.
We're cool, fungool for the summer.
That's
but we are
right.
back again, back again. How was your summer, guys? I know everyone's dying to know.
Well, one of us got married.
Yup. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
That's right.
It was gorgeous.
It was beautiful.
A
And then
perfect day.
And then one of us married another one of us, but on the low.
I married the night.
That's right. Exactly. And you, honey, the moon night.
I felt like I
But
married
actually-
the night when I dropped those mushrooms.
That's why we call you darkness.
That's why they call me
know what?
darkness.
It was a cuter, cooler summer than last. Miss Booby got married in a beautiful, lush.
Peggy Boo got
just-
married.
Miss Peggy Boo got married in a lush and beautiful ceremony in Mashpee, Maine. And
It
then
was
we,
Katuitt, Massachusetts.
But do it.
Oh, Katuitt. The town was Mashpee, though. Wasn't the town Mashpee?
Close.
Oh, whatever. And then it was lovely. And there was, the whole tents, and it was gorgeous. And then we spent a day in P-Town, and we did our own American Horror Story double
Thank you.
feature. And it was lovely. It was really beautiful. And you were jubilant and absolutely blissed out and beautiful. I was so happy for you. And I was absolutely happy and had a wonderful weekend. And, Mike and Linda were there. But
you know what, it really was fun. I will say, as far as this summer versus last summer,
yeah.
Yes, of course, going to your wedding was a highlight, and doing mushrooms for me was a low light. I actually liked last summer better because I realized I'm sort of okay with lockdown and not being around people. That
Right.
works for me. So like
Yeah.
being out and about, that didn't work for me so much.
Yeah. Speaking of low lights, I just earlier today bleached my bunghole, but I washed it out too soon and just
I
got
got
highlights.
highlights.
And I got highlights.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great joke, honey. Who'd you steal it from?
The bitch will be stealing my material for like the
I
last
steal
30
nothing from you,
years.
bitch. I
Y'all
steal
can't
nothing.
take it.
Yeah, why don't you save that for
one
P.O.
another.
honey.
Please,
Save
honey.
that for
Can
P.O.
we just
P.O.
get along?
Try me, honey.
You know what? We're not going to have it like this. We're not
So-
gonna, there was no bouquet throw, Richard, but there's going to be a throw down.
No,
Hello?
you know what got the honey?
No.
Actually, a rosebud got thrown around.
Yeah.
A rosebud.
You leave him out of this. Okay.
Isn't
So
there
why
a
don't we-
saying from Shakespeare? A rosebud is still a rosebud.
A rose by any other name is
a rosebud.
just as sweet or
No, it's
something.
a rosebud after Black Party weekend gonna be looking like mashed pea.
It's going to be looking like a mashed pea, honey.
Right. That's
No,
it. That's
I
it.
also went on 2 trips camping with my glamping with my family to Bear Mountain State Park. We stayed at the lodge, and then we went camping in, I guess that's the Jersey Shore, Cape May. And we did the whole Maury's Pier and the whole deal. And we actually like got away on these short little trips. It was, it was definitely, it was a cute summer. It really was. I turned 51 on September 3rd. Working it lovely. Although today, so today I'm getting ready for the show, and I'm like, my beard was really, really long. So shaving, I'm trimming down my beard. I get in the shower, and I guess I haven't like looked at myself very closely.
That's a lucky thing for you, darling.
And I noticed my hair is turning completely white. Like, especially like on that side, you can tell I have gel in my hair right now, but my hair is turning, but like just turning 51 and my hair is turning completely white. And my beard is also going quite white as well. But that's all right, though.
Yeah, girl, you know what? You own it. You own it. You wear it well. And you give inspiration for those of us coming up behind you on the timeline. You give us something to like look forward to. How is this bitch doing it? How am I going to do it in like 6 or 7 years? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why don't you take off that hat, mama?
Yeah. So we're going to move on to the very first feature. We're doing our first feature, which is what we are featuring. What we are featuring. Who would like to kick that off? Okay, I will. What I am featuring is a book, and let me just pull up an image of it. The book is called Leaving Isn't the Hardest Thing, Essays by Lauren Huff. And let me see if I can share the screen. By Lauren Bacall. It's been so very, very long that I don't remember how to do this, but I'll try. Okay, tell me if you guys can see that. Leaving Isn't the Hardest Thing, Essays by Lauren Huff. Can you see that?
Is she a lesbian?
She is a lesbian. Now, I initially thought when I started reading this book, and I'm not going to give super spoilers, I thought, so this is a story about a gay woman in the military on the cusp of during the don't ask, don't tell brouhaha. Honey, but that's not what this book was. That is not what this book was. It was good. She is such an honest writer and so raw. And the story is not what you think it is. So I highly recommend that book.
What's the name of it again?
Leaving Isn't the Hardest Part, or Leaving Isn't the Hardest Thing. Essays by Lauren Huff. It's really, 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 really good. And I'm not usually into the whole like LGBTQIA nonfiction drama other than my own. But it was an excellent book. Excellent book.
Work.
Yeah. Who would like to go next? What are you guys featuring?
I'll go.
We go.
I am featuring autumn, which is literally 3 days away. It means a definite lower in humidity for where we're at. And a cooling off, which we've been gasping for.
Okay.
Yeah.
How hot is it?
It's in the 80s. It's in the 80s, but it's just, humidity. It depends on the day. Some days the humidity is higher than other days, and you remember you're in a tropical area.
This is the scintillating content people return for again and again.
No. By the way, thank you, Richard. Thank you. But I remember visiting Eric when he lived in South Beach. And it was, I will always remember this. Like, it was like walking out into a steam bath. It was probably the middle of summer. And I asked him what the temperature was. Mind you, it was 11 p.m. at night. And he was like, it's probably 88. It's super humid. And it was like at 11 p.m. at night, there's just never any release for months on end from that heat. It's why I never go to Disney in the summer ever, like anymore. I used to until I realized now we go in January when it's actually kind of like decent, but like it's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Miss Booby, is there anything other than the temperature drop that tells you that it's autumn? Is there? I mean, because I know the leaves don't change. Is none of
Pumpkin
that?
spice and Starbucks.
Pumpkin spice and Starbucks.
Yeah. We had pumpkin
you, Michael
cheesecake
Doss.
ice cream last night for
You had what?
dessert. Pumpkin cheesecake ice cream for dessert last
That don't
night.
sound like keto, girl.
Is that what?
It
Is that what he
wasn't.
calls?
We
Is that what he
cheated.
calls your butthole? His
Yeah.
pumpkin cheesecake.
Chocolate
Come over
here.
here,
chip.
pumpkin cheesecake.
Girl,
Uh-uh.
girl, he stuck it in too fast, and I gave him the pumpkin cheesecake
I gave him the
Uh-uh.
graham cracker crust.
and some graham cracker crust, honey. Oh no,
With
honey.
whip, half calf with a
No.
whisper of cinnamon. Nuh-uh. I remember one
Halloween
time.
is coming.
Fuck Halloween. Miss Booby, I remember visiting you when you and Marvella lived together
Right.
in the 90s in South
Right.
Beach. When I was doing drag shows with Miss Hedda at Roxy's, and every week we had a different theme. Like one week we were like bag ladies. Well, every week we were bag ladies. But then this one week we're like the theme was little girls. But first I was going to go visit you in South Beach. And I went to the beach and it was August and I got sunburned down. And I
Really?
came back the same night we were doing the gig, but I was so sunburned that I couldn't shave. So I was in like little blonde pigtails drag with kind of like a beard and a mustache
And
Yeah.
red.
and red and honey peeling.
Ooh.
Yeah. That
It's
gig didn't
us.
last much longer.
Oddly, it was the best you'd ever looked.
It was amazing. It
Yes.
was
Amazing.
It was amazing.
Michael Doss, mwah, love you, babe.
Yeah, yeah. So Miss Matinga, what are you
So-
featuring this week?
Okay, so the past couple of weeks, because like the shows that I had been watching had ended, and I am burnt out on RuPaul.
Yeah.
Like I'm burnt. I am burnt out. Like right now, I think Holland is still going on, but I had to take
Yes.
a break. I'm like one
Mm.
after the other for a solid year. And now I thought after this, it's going to end. No, in late September starts up UK
yeah.
and
Canada.
something else and
And
Canada
Canada.
again. And I'm kind of down for UK because I enjoyed it. But like, girl, it's been 9 months. Can't let this queen reign for a year.
Mhm.
So, but like, I'm just like burnt out. It's like too much Drag Race. So I was like, and then my, my WandaVision had ended. My, the shows that I had watching had ended. So I had nothing to watch, and I'm like fucking bored, like trying to, fill up my time with, my free time anyway, with something new and interesting. And so I was like, let me just give it a cute little lark of a look. And I started watching American Horror Story double feature and American Horror Stories. And I am so in. I'm like up to date on American Horror. So I'm up to episode 5. Poor Edith. And that evil little girl, Alma.
Possible
But I'm
spoilers. I don't
living-
know. Possible
and
spoilers.
then, which you said you weren't going to watch. So,
No,
but
not for
I'm
me.
trying to
No,
hold it for the other people.
Yeah.
So I have been enjoying that so much. And also, so there is this run of the Wonder Woman comic that I had been ignoring because I was waiting for it to. I was waiting for it to come out in a trade paperback, just all collected as one. And in this new multiverse of, it's called Future State of the DC universe, Diana is still alive. However, she's like thousands of years in the future. All the other Justice Leaguers have passed away, and it's just her, like trying to hold back all this evil. But then, currently in the current time frame, the Wonder Woman is Brazilian. She's a Brazilian woman. It's not Diana anymore.
Mujer Fantástica.
And at first I thought, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy that, but it's
Like she
really,
got a big
really
old
good.
butt.
She's got a big old butt, but she's really beautiful. Her name is Yara.
And good
if
hair.
I'm not mistaken.
Yara.
Yara.
Sophia.
Yeah. See.
And also they're featuring like other people like Nubia, and like I think it's a nice direction. Another one of my daughters is in the room, Miss Leo. I love you, Leo. Thank you for chiming in.
So Wonder Woman in her Brazilian incarnation, is she rocking like the Brazilian flag on her outfit?
I mean, maybe I could find you a picture of her. She's
Una
really
mujer fantástica.
she's fucking cool.
Word.
I see, but
Look
she
at
got
those
that good
hips.
hair. Look at those. Those hips don't lie.
And
Yeah.
the hair. She got
And-
the good
and
hair.
Honey,
good- that
it's
Brazilian
Yara
hair.
with the good hair, honey.
Yes.
And it's really, really interesting. And I'm like, I've always felt like, Wonder Woman is not a person. Wonder Woman is a mantle. So Diana is not the
But
only
is she a
person.
Kelly Mantle?
Oh, much, much fiercer than Miss Kelly Mantle. Who's actually fiercer than you think, Miss Kelly
Right.
Mantle.
I've seen her live. She's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, she's pretty funny. And, Artemis has been Wonder Woman. Nubia has been Wonder Woman. Donna Troy has been Wonder Woman. Hippolyta has been Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is a mantle that is passed on. So, like, for me, it's not like everyone's all upset that, the next Superman's going to be black and blah, blah. It's like, you know what?
Who's
like,
upset?
No, in the nerd comic blogosphere.
Yo,
like,
nerds,
it's like,
calm the fuck down.
Calm down. Like, so all I want is good art, good storytelling. You can't, it is, and also these are mantles passed on to other beings, including in this book, there's a new Superman. A different Superman as well. So, and you know what? At some point they'll get tired and they'll bring back Clark Kent and they bring back Diana. But it's really interesting and it's such a change of pace because things get stale. So I'm digging it. I suddenly have stuff to watch and I really, I'm enjoying it a lot.
But you ain't watched Mayor of Easttown.
No, I haven't. Even though Evan Peter won an Emmy last night for Mayor of Easttown, and you know how I love that skinny ass pale white boy.
It was good. It was so good.
I tried to. Well, we'll talk later, but yeah, I want to see it. But
around episode 5, I thought I was having a heart attack from stress.
Because apparently,
which is the kind of programming I like.
Apparently, the White Lotum is also quite fierce.
Oh, the White Lotum is fierce.
The White Lotum. And then there's this other thing about all these people that go to a retreat with Bobby Cannavale and Melissa McCarthy.
Oh,
and,
the Ninth Circle.
And Nicole Kidman is supposed to be fierce, darling.
Or is the Ninth Circle a bar? Ninth Circle's a hooker bar.
It doesn't exist anymore. But you
remember there was a bartender named Tree.
Yes, Miss Tree. Who slept with Tree?
Okay, so let's move on to our next segment. Our next segment, which is, why don't we do our crushes? Who are we crushing
Smart.
on?
Love
Jean Smart. Honey, loved her in Mayor of Easttown and love her in
Hacks, darling.
Bitch.
Yes.
Bitch.
Yes.
All right, so let's move on to, you want to do our crush or what we're not featuring? You guys call it. Crush.
Let's do crush.
Just a little thrush. Okay, so I am currently crushing on a YouTuber who does makeup tutorials, which isn't like really my jam. And
that's your jam.
It's not my jam, and he is British, but I just think he's likable and adorable. And apparently his makeup is really good. His name is Wayne Goss. I'm gonna throw his picture up there. Do you see him?
Yes.
And he's like super cute. You know him?
I've seen his work. I've seen,
Yeah, I think he's like super cute. Am I sharing this or not? I don't know.
Yes,
what am I sharing now?
A half and half screen.
Oh, a half and half screen. Hold up. I'll
half and half is $40.
Half and you want around the world, honey? That's 80.
That's 80. Half and half for 40.
So he's real cute. You know,
he's cute.
And I'm not like a makeup queen or anything, and
Mary.
And I'm not a middle-aged woman. And I'm not a middle-aged woman.
I'm gonna let you get away with that hat. But you are slathered in Joe Blasco
your lies,
opaque stage makeup right now.
Not in front of Booby. How dare you? How dare you, Miss
Hey, let's keep it together, Mary.
Trying to have you save that for Wonder Woman, bitch. All right.
Richard, I know it's you. I know it's Nikki. Oh, you're saying that to Leo. Sorry.
Yeah, all right. So, all right, Matinga, who you crushing on?
That's right. Who am I crushing on? Oh,
yeah.
I am crushing. So, kind of harkening back to
back. We love harkening back
to Agatha Harkness. To Agatha Harkness back.
To Agatha Harkness, darling.
To American Horror Stories. So in the first two, I'm not going to give anything away, but on the first 2 episodes of American Horror Stories, they go back to Murder House. And it's fierce.
Yeah.
And it's a gay couple that moves into the house with their daughter. And all of them are fierce. It's Erin Veidt, and the daughter is fierce. I can't remember her name right now. But the other husband is Matt Bomer. It's Matt Bomer. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, I think you can.
Share screen.
Matt Bomer. He's pretty. He's sure pretty.
And
Let's
so
see it,
this is
bitch.
Matt. Can you see it?
Not
No, not yet.
Hold on,
Not
StreamYard.
yet,
Oh,
not
there
I
it
will.
goes. Him.
Okay, let's see. Still don't see it. I will say Ryan Murphy has a type.
Yeah, he does.
Blue-eyed white boys.
He also loves like pale pasty white boys. You ain't seeing nothing, right?
I ain't
Nothing.
seeing
No.
nothing.
You ain't
You know
seeing a
what?
damn fucking thing.
I can throw up a picture of Matt Bomer.
Share.
Oh, there we go. Hold up. There we go.
Hold up. Can you see that?
I'd like to add
Yeah.
him to.
Oh,
Oh,
my.
yeah.
Look at that beautiful. Look at that strong jaw, and those beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
And he's LGBTQ, and he's so wonderful. And
He
his
got
husband
children.
does him wrong. But that's all I'm gonna say. But it's so good. It's so good.
Can I tell a story where I come out looking really terrible?
Please.
So me.
You?
So Matt Bomer was in The Normal Heart. I think it was HBO
Yes.
did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching it with a friend who is HIV positive. And when Matt Bomer's character, gets AIDS and all this, that, and that, I made some comment like, I don't care if the pretty bitch dies. And my friend got so upset. My friend got so upset. It was the one and only fight we've ever actually had. And even as I was defending myself, I knew I was wrong. Because I was like,
Yeah.
Across the line.
I don't care if the pretty bitch dies. Which I think just goes to show how petty I was at that time.
Yes. At that time.
But Matt
that
Bomer.
She's so pretty, and she's great on this show. And but interesting little thing about about The Normal Heart. Do you know that I've never seen Angels in America, The Normal Heart, Longtime Companion. I've never seen Philadelphia.
Jeffrey.
I've seen Jeffrey because it's a comedy. I don't watch the AIDS dramas because we lived it, ladies. Right. We lived it. We were right there in the thick of it.
It really hit your generation hard. It's true.
And it's like for me, it's like dialing up the pain. It's like I get emotional. Like I've tried to get into The Normal Heart, and I just can't. Like I get shaky and weird, and I can't do it. Like I say, it's like dialing up the pain. I just can't do it. Like I lost too many people. I don't want to relive it.
Well, they're definitely worth seeing.
For sure.
And I'll say that, like, my reaction. Listen, we're all human. We're all just a work in progress. And I'm getting better and stronger every day. In every way. Every decade. So, yeah.
Lo, these many decades.
What? You're breaking up, sugar. Okay, fine. Matt Bomer, he is indeed hot. And of course, I want no harm to come to him or any other of that cookie cutter type that Ryan Murphy is into. Booby, who is your crush this week?
I'll show you.
Okay. What's going on?
Billy Burke.
Billy Burke that played Glenda the Good Witch?
The father in Twilight.
I've never seen Twilight, and I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I only saw one Twilight, and
Can
it's
you
the
see
one.
the picture?
Yeah, he's handsome. He's handsome.
I see a man with a cigarette. I munched that tray for a cigarette.
What is his full name, my Boo?
Billy Burke.
Billy Burke. Isn't that funny that there wasn't a Billy Burke in the 30s
that played Glinda the Good Witch?
Yeah, Billy Burke.
Yeah,
interesting.
How funny. I only saw one Twilight. He's, by the way, he's beautiful, hawkish, beautiful man.
Yeah.
The only Twilight I ever went to see in a movie theater, it's the only one I've ever seen as well, is the one where the baby's born. So maybe that's like the third or the fourth one.
Third.
And I was like, what kind of crazy animatronic shit is this? What the fuck is happening here? They're like on this extended honeymoon, these two vamps that I don't know why. And it's like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So that's Kristen Stewart and
Pattinson.
And
then Billy Burke plays Kristen Stewart's father.
So so when they have this baby, now I've never seen these movies, I've never read these books. Does he make her a vampire?
Who make who?
Yeah,
The vampire
eventually.
makes her a vampire,
And then they have a
right
vampire baby.
before she fully becomes a vampire. She's still human. She gives birth to a baby that's half vampire, half human.
That look crazy and fake.
Oh, I'm not down with that, honey.
You got to check it out.
Nah,
Check it
I'll,
out.
I'll
Yeah.
stick with True Blood. Thank you.
Okay.
True Blood was the shit right
Which
there.
is getting an
True Blood.
unnecessary remake. Or
Is it a
reboot.
remake or a reboot?
Remake.
So
Well,
is it going to have Sookie and well,
I
she
don't
kills
know.
Bill. She kills Bill in the last episode, but Sookie and the people.
Doesn't he become like some kind of super blood itself or some
Lilith.
shit? Oh, he gets
does.
Lilith Fair.
Yeah, but then at the end, he implores Sookie to kill him because what happens is Sookie will never escape their influence because since they're connected by the blood will always make him want her and her want him.
Because,
so to free her,
because she's a fairy.
right, or just because they had exchanged so much blood, which is a completely and totally different
Speaking
ending
of Black Party Weekend.
than the books. The books end in a totally different way.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to our next segment.
Yes.
What we don't see. Bitch, what are you not seeing? Who would like to kick that off?
I'll kick it
Boo?
off.
Yeah.
Go for a booby.
It's a very, very broad topic. I don't see war.
Yeah.
War is stupid and people are
People
stupid.
are stupid, and war means nothing.
Yeah.
In some strange waters, war is stupider, and people are stupider. And
Fruta sí, cáncer no.
war, what is it good for?
We're watching Downton Abbey and the war and World War One. How it was just devastating, and right before the Spanish flu kicked in.
That's
and
right.
and I'm thinking,
That's right.
why? Pero why?
But you know what? Like back then, that's World War One, right?
Right.
So that World War One was the beginning of modern warfare because before that it was guys on horses and hand to hand,
Muskets.
and you had muskets and whatever. But like by the time you get to World War One, now you have weapons of mass destruction
And airplanes.
Yeah, and so you could do so much more damage and so much more devastation, and so it really it was like kind of like it just gets darker and darker. One more war like that and we're done.
But you also
war.
had Diana Prince on the scene.
That's
honey.
right, turning it, honey.
What?
That's
Get
right,
rid of
honey.
from the
Do not
Nazis.
fuck.
Yeah.
Well, the Nazis was World War II. World
Right.
War One was the Germans, and
Right.
actually, canon is she's in World War II, but for some reason in the movie they made it World
They
War
made
One.
it World War One because if they did World War II, it was going to seem too much like a Captain America story.
That's right.
That's why.
That's right. And
Yeah.
who ripped who? I wonder.
Uh,
How many
Right?
times have I said that on a date?
hey.
You're like
Okay.
you're like my underwear are bloody. Who ripped who?
All right, Aretha Franklin. Well, I think we can all agree that yes, war is
Stupid.
atrocious and
even back then it was devastating. This is 100 years later, and we're
because
still.
honey, it's always about money or God. So
Yeah.
it's either one of those
Oh, yeah.
two fucking evils.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh, the Crusades was all about God and
Yeah.
the damage, the absolute just awful things. that were done.
Devastation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always about religion or money. That's how it is,
Richard,
Yeah.
it was the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman movie. That's the one we're talking about.
Yeah. So, on a somewhat lighter note, yes, war is terrible. What I'm not featuring, and I'm going to say, Booby, I'm going to exclude you from what I'm about to say because you're not part of. We're all friends with people that are in relationships and couples and shit, right?
Yes. Yes.
And I just want to say, that is not my cup of tea. Okay, Booby, I'm not talking about you and your husband. You're the exception. But
Yes.
in general, this is how it goes when you young and single and like to mingle like me, okay? Your married friends call you when they husband at work or out of town or they ain't got nothing to do or
And they want to talk some shit.
They sitting in the car or they had a fight with their piece and la 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 la. And I'm like, look.
Yeah.
When my friends have children, I say you call me in 18 years, okay? Because I don't get down like that. When my friends get in relationships, I tell them, you know what? I'll catch you in divorce court, okay? This don't call me because your man is busy or because you're having a fight with your man or because your sex life is dead and y'all can't hook up without porn and poppers and a little cum towel. Y'all need to get yourself a divorce attorney or a sex worker, honey, and call me when that shit come through the mail, bitch. Leave me alone. I'm living my single life.
Listen, don't be sending like don't be sending your sad, bad dragon dildos to my house because you ashamed that while your husband's at work, you sitting on a dildo the size of a Johnny pump. Don't send that shit to my house because I'm gonna use it first. No.
That's it. Okay, just because you realize you made a mistake by opening your heart.
By opening
bitch.
your hoe.
When you could be free. Free. That's what I'm not featuring. I mean, live, peace, war is stupid, whatever.
I disagree, but I also kind of feel like because I think that people hook up and there's love and love is beautiful and whatever. The thing is, though, is don't call me if you haven't called me in 6 months. So like you
Marcel.
Don't forget about me because you got married, girl. Keep me in the loop because I like your husband too.
I'm not your therapist. I'm not your sounding board, okay?
Yeah.
Nah.
So that's the thing. But people hook up and people get married.
And I seen you on Grindr too. I seen you.
That's right.
Don't put on a show like everything's all rosy and
Don't put on a show showing me that rosy hoe.
No. Pio honey. Okay. Anyway, so I just had to get that off my chest.
I hear you.
Yeah. Because look, I'm single and I'm happy
heard you.
laying in my house with my cat, reading my books, honey, drinking my motherfucking wine, feeling just fine, darling.
Oh, Barry Nene Leaks, where's my wine? Where's my wine? Miss Cameron, no, I do not believe
we have a question on the side here. Thoughts on open relationships? Open.
My daughter.
Honey, listen, they're all open. Just sometimes half the couple don't know. Half the couple don't know.
Used to say, honey, open mind, open leg.
Bitch.
Like my mother used to say.
Okay, open hole, open wallet. Nah, bitch.
Right.
I'm sorry. And I'm going to tear, especially with your homosexuals. One, if not both, or all three of y'all, if you poly, is sticking that wick in something, okay, that maybe you did not have on the altar, okay? You putting it all over town.
That nasty John Wick
like
in
you
me.
spraying for mosquitoes and shit. Like you spraying for mosquitoes and shit.
Right. Did you spray me with all first?
You're gonna get West Nile.
I come from a decent family.
How
Don't do that to me, motherfucker.
Don't use my Christian name. So anyway, Miss Matinga, what are you not seeing, bitch?
Well, you know what? Oddly enough, this week I'm kind of like in a good place, which is so rare.
But even though you're aging and alone?
I am aged. I am aged down. I actually had a little talk with my daughter, Miss Robert, and I was like, girl, I feel like that horse that they promised, a retirement in a beautiful like field, but they just took me out to that field and shot me dead.
Girl, because you ain't got that horse hair.
Made you into glue.
Honey, give that horsey back its hair.
Nah, bitch.
But no, I'm in a good place. So like, I really don't have a downer this week. I feel good this week. Trust me. I'll come up. I didn't want to come up with something by
team
force.
Player.
But you know what I mean? Like, I felt like, I'm good. I'm good this week.
Okay.
I've had like a really nice couple of days.
I respect that. Oh, nice couple of days doing nothing when we could have been doing this podcast yesterday. All right, listen. I think it's that part of the program where we talk about an episode of Facts of Life, and we call it Just
I think so too.
Booby, you stepped on my line.
Sorry.
Okay. I think it's that part of the show where we're going to do just the facts. Now, you go. All right, somebody else do it. I'm going to sit here and pout.
No, go ahead, Mama. Go ahead.
Please do.
Go ahead, Papa.
Don't pout.
Well, I think that brings us to the part of the show that we call Just the Fact. Stop touching your clit like that.
Remember that episode of Facts of Life when Mrs. Garrett got caught stealing?
Okay, so in today's episode of the Facts of Life, we are covering, I don't remember what episode number it is, but it's called... Green-eyed monster. Yes.
That's
yes.
right. That's right. Which I literally watched like 15 minutes before we came up to Showtime.
Ditto. I completely.
I was like, oh shit! I gotta watch that episode of fucking Facts of Life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So,
Damn.
in a nutshell,
It's fresh.
this is a Natalie and Tootie episode,
Yes.
and there's a show, South Pacific, happening.
They are
Natalie
mounting South Pacific. That's right. They're mounting South Pacific, and everybody's auditioning.
Everyone except Tootie, who's too busy doing biology class, but oops, she actually auditions and get the role that Natalie wanted, and cat fights ensue. Is that the basic gist of this episode?
Yes.
Okay.
Tootie's hair looking lovely.
Well, you know, when Tootie's doing wash that man right out of my hair, I said she better wash out that relaxer.
She maybe
Honey,
needed to do it sooner.
Mary.
What, baby? Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Honey. Although, honey, that hair was dark and lovely.
It
Dark
was dark and
and
lovely.
lovely.
And I mean the relaxer. It was
Yeah.
the brand was dark and lovely.
Yeah.
Because I've used it. But the funny thing is that
I mean, look at that glossy. Look at that Dorothy Hamill she's rocking. Come on.
And I want to say, and by the way, so Natalie really wants the role, but she's playing the odds by making it seem like she really doesn't want the role,
Right.
in hopes that by sort of playing it like, oh, I don't care, that she'll get it. Now, mind you, Tootie is not going to audition for this particular play. She gets the lead role in every single play. I don't know how, because when you hear her audition,
You're like,
her
what?
voice is tired, honey, and she
Also,
sings. She
Don't
sings
they at one
8
point
bars.
say that she did Streetcar Named Desire? They did not do Streetcar Named Desire at
She's
Peekskill, at
14.
Eastland.
You
Really?
played Blanche at 14, and and what about the male roles?
Joe.
Who plays
Joe
Joe?
is Stanley Kowalski.
I could believe that. I could
That
believe
I
that,
can
actually.
believe. Mhm.
Yeah. And so anyway, but she's kind of not doing it. She's very, very busy. She's there to represent her friend and just kind of like, and the girls are like, Tootie, audition. She's like, no, I'm too busy and I'm here for Natalie, la la la. And so Natalie auditions. Both of them audition with like 8 bars.
I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair and send him on his way.
I mean, literally, it's like a stanza. It's like, how do you audition like singing one stanza? It's like, I'm gonna wash that gay right out of my hair, bam. And it's like, honey.
Well, because you can tell almost immediately if somebody can sing or not.
Yeah, and you can tell that both of them are quite tired.
And send him on his way.
So, but anyway, so Natalie does her thing. She's nervous, but then she's super excited, and she's talking to Mrs. Garrett, and then she turns around, and Miss Tootie is auditioning, pulling that rug out from under her, and Tootie kind of plays it like, oh, but you were playing it like you really didn't want it, and I think, you know what, your best friend would know, whether you wanted it or not. You know what I mean? And you just saw your best friend audition.
Perform.
And quick,
Why did you get up there?
And quick little story, because this happened to me. So I was at a ball many, many, many years ago in the mid 80s.
Had you relaxed your hair?
Oh, probably.
Okay.
Like almost assuredly. And I don't remember what house it was, but I went to this ball and I remember J Africa performed and all these good performers went up and I knew I had it in the bag. Like I knew it was in the bag because not only was I a fierce voguer, but like I could tell from but the hair was whipped. I was wearing a gold cat suit. I looked like a fat Oscar. It was lovely. And I was like, I knew it was mine because I waited till everyone performed and I was like, I've got this. So I go out there, I turn the room on its ear. And my dear gay dad and mentor, who I love with all my heart, the legendary, incredible Derek Extravaganza, was there, like, pumping me on, and he was judging certain categories but not others, and like, go on, baby, do this. So I go out there, I turn the room, 10s across the board. I am sauntering down the runway, and then suddenly, and Miss Derek Extravaganza hitting the dance floor, and I'm like, and honey, Derek proceeds to turn the room
rock socket.
on its ear, of course. And I'm at the edge of the runway, like, if I had had a coconut, I would have flung it at him. And I was like, damn it, he took it right out from underneath me, Dad. And the thing was, it was a lesson. It was like, honey, it's never yours. It's not yours unless you deserve it.
It's not necessarily for you.
It's not necessarily so.
Right.
So, you know.
So it was a lesson in humility.
Yeah, big time. And afterward, I was like, Dad. She was like, it's okay. Let's go get high.
Right.
I was like, okay, fine.
Okay.
Well, you mentioned coconuts, and there's some coconut action here. Because
it's so funny.
Tootie storms in during rehearsals. And by the way, the woman that's playing the drama coach was also the shopkeeper in the episode where they were shoplifting.
She was also in Fame. She was also in the movie Fame.
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh, she's the one that says, what do you call that?
Right. She's one of the choreographers, but you never see her dance.
Right. Well, because she's 800 years old.
Yes.
So Tootie is, Natalie's pissed.
Natalie is the green-eyed monster. She's over it.
She's meanwhile, there's a really extra.
And then there's a little B story where Lisa Welchel is painting the backdrops, and she's feeling herself, and she's not getting any appreciation for painting the backdrops, which I actually thought were kind of lovely.
But botanically, so incorrect. Natalie makes a good point. She's like, why are bananas growing on a palm tree?
On a palm tree.
And that thing that was supposed to be a hibiscus bush, bitch, hibiscus don't have leaves like that. That was a fucking grassy shrub. Nah.
She was like, it looks like an artichoke. And she's like, where is the love? And she ain't getting no love. And she is so through.
And Joe is working backstage as like a teamster.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like shucking coconuts and moving things around. So Tootie is rehearsing with the drama coach lady.
Right.
And first, Natalie brings out a shrub and gets in Tootie's way. And then she corrects Tootie's line reading. And then she's like, I don't hear the anguish. Just being really kind of stank about it.
But by the way, like the musical director is like, hey, this song isn't I want to watch this guy right out of my hair. Like this, you got to feel it. There's got to be emotion behind here. Oh no, she's singing Some Enchanted Evening.
Oh my God.
You will see a stranger. And she's singing it so sing-song and so dead, like it's just dead on arrival. And the teacher's kind of evening, na, 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 na. And like the teacher's like, can we once more with a little feeling? And so like Natalie's right, but at the same time she's so wrong. Like you don't get in the middle.
I just like when the drama coach says to the pianist, hit it, Brenda.
The man you love is missing in action. He may be wounded, he may be dead. Hit it, Brenda.
Work. That's backstage business. But here's the thing. Kim Fields really should have knocked this out of the park because she had a huge, huge disco hit at the time.
Really?
No, I don't remember what it was called, but someone sent me a thing about her disco record that it was a don't stand another chance kind of thing. Hold up. Talk about the episode. I got to look this up.
Wait, Tootie had a song?
Who sent me? Didn't you guys send me this? Yes, she did. Hold up.
Kim Fields had a song? I mean, everybody had a song. Back then, Joey Lawrence did a song and people had their songs, but I don't remember a song.
Well, they ain't finding Miss Tootie. So yeah, Tootie sounds like shit.
He loves me not.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
All right.
Really? Do you know that I have a 45 of a song that Christy McNichol did? She did He's So Fine from the 50s. He's so fine. And it's Christy McNichol and her brother Peter.
Who was cute.
Peter was okay, yeah.
But
not as butch as his sister.
No.
That's right, because she a big old lesbian.
Yeah, she a lesbian.
She a lesbian, darling.
That's when you're a lesbian, but she a lesbian.
She a lisp. I think it was being on the set of Empty Nest turned her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So at one point, Miss Tootie's singing, and Natalie decides she's going to cause a physical ruckus and starts bowling coconuts onto the stage.
And I don't know why, but the visual
It's
is
so funny.
hilarious. And because the thing is that Tootie keeps singing. She's like, no, 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 trying to get out of the way. And it's pure comedy.
Also, why
It
is
really
Tootie
is so good.
Tootie's dressed like Ronald McDonald?
Yeah, those
Yeah.
capris,
The outfit is not
capris
cute.
are so wrong.
But and those Argyle socks pulled up over the pants, nah.
They're
so-
Ronald McDonald.
It comes to a head because Tootie and Natalie have a little showdown right there on stage, and Natalie's being real extra, and Tootie's like, "Well, you know what? Maybe you weren't second choice. Maybe you were 12th, bitch. What about it?"
Right, because
Yes.
Natalie is insisting that Tootie step aside for her. And I had the same idea. Tootie was like, look, even if I step aside, what guarantee is it that you are going to get the lead role? 12
Right.
girls, went for this
Auditioned.
part. And you know what? It's true.
And you know how bad those other 10 girls must have sounded if
They
these
would have
two-
to be
lose to
bad.
Tootie?
Yeah.
Oof. Rough.
Yeah.
And then Natalie picks up one of Blair's awful fucking palm trees to fucking clock Miss Tootie.
Yeah.
And it
the
gets
first
all
and-
Brooklyn.
I think the only instance of inter-girl violence at Eastland that I can recall.
That we saw on camera.
Right. And Joe was like, no, nice girls don't throw trees, bitch. They smoke them.
That's
Hello.
right. That's right.
And so Natalie's like saying to Joe, you know what? I'm going to get my revenge, bitch. I'm going to write a nasty review of that show. And I'm going to say Tootie dropped a bomb on Peekskill. And Joe was like, but you ain't even seen the show yet. And Natalie's like, whatever. So what happens?
Whatever.
So to wrap it up real quick, the day of the show arrives. Of course, Tootie is luminous and wonderful and gets 8 curtain calls. She's fabulous. You never really get to see the show, but you get to see the day after. And Tootie is waiting for the school newspaper, of which Natalie is the editor and is going to write the review. And, Miss Joe is like, look, babe, maybe you should need to go to the library because Nat is going to do you in. And Miss Garrett says, no, she is a journalist and she's your friend. She's not going to do it. And she just refuses to believe it. And so the papers arrive and Natalie wants to scoot on out real quick. And Mrs. Garrett is like, hold up, let's read this review. And the review is glowing, of course.
Yes.
And so as it turns out, Natalie didn't go to the show because she was too heartbroken, but didn't write the review either. She let someone who saw the show.
No, she
write
did
the
write.
review.
She wrote the nasty review, and they didn't run it.
Oh, that they didn't run it. They
Right.
didn't run it. Right. And someone else wrote the review. And of course, it's a glowing review.
And it turns out that the actual writer of this review was Blair.
Yeah. And she goes on about how lovely the scenery is.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
in the end, Blair writes this glowing review, which is mostly about herself.
Yes.
And Natalie and Tootie, they patch it up. And all's well that ends well until their production of Equus.
Exactly. Which was, I hear, absolutely amazing. But this entire episode, because who doesn't want to see Mindy Cohn naked on stage with a fake
horse.
penis, with a horse and a fake penis?
Yeah.
But I felt like the whole show had like that vibe of, remember those movies with Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney, and they were like, let's put a show on in the barn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it just had that energy.
Yeah.
And it was fun. Not one of their greatest, but a fun, cute.
A fun episode. What do we think of? Well, we know that Natalie was being extra, but what do we make about Tootie's motivations here? Because I think she was shady.
Yep.
I think so too.
There was nothing stopping her from auditioning. But listen, Natalie wanted that part. Right before Natalie auditioned, Tootie was helping her, like, oh no, don't drink milk, don't eat cookies. You got to be clear. Your friend wanted that, and then you went and snatched it anyway.
And then when Natalie first says, you knew I wanted this, and you auditioned anyway, and the only thing that Tootie can say is, well, all the other girls were just pushing me up on stage. Well, what was I to do? Girl.
You
could have opened your mouth and said, no, thank you.
Exactly.
Maybe not dressed like a jack-in-the-box girl. Nah. The only sensible one in this whole thing is Joe. She's the only one that stays level-headed.
Yeah.
As Joe is wont to do.
Well, she always provides like that, that warm, tight, masculine energy.
Which is sorely lacking in this little room here.
Exactly.
So yeah, Miss Booby. So as episodes go, is it one of the best? Nah. But it's all right. I do want to make one quick correction. When we had previously talked about the episode where Cousin Jerry pops up, we neglected to mention that Jerry Jewel is a lesbian.
Yes, Miss
Yes,
Jerry
we
Jewel is a
did.
lesbian. Now, was she out at that time? No, she came out way later in life.
Much later.
Much later. Yeah,
But
yeah.
But by the time we started this, she was clearly out.
She's still alive?
Yeah, honey, Miss Jerry Jewel.
Miss
What?
Jerry Jewel, honey.
Honey, she's playing at Foxwoods Casino, I imagine. I don't know. So, Auntieways, that is our recap of Green-Eyed Monster from the Facts of Life. It's season 3, episode something or other, if I am correct. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, listen, I just want to say before we sign off that we do have merch, including this beautiful So Auntieways shirt that I'm rocking right now. However, we have a new merch shop on Redbubble.
On Redbubble.
The link will be in the description. And I believe you can get mouse pads now.
That's right.
Wow.
And question, I think interesting question from Lat W. Is it the same Peter McNichol from Ally McBeal? Is
Christy
that
McNichol's brother?
Is that the same Peter McNichol that's Christy McNichol's brother?
No.
I don't think it is.
No.
Do you guys remember the 70s porn star Fisty McNichol?
Miss Fisty McTwickles?
Honey McTwickles?
Don't be mentioning my past life.
It was crazy. Okay, well, thank
Fisty
you.
my pickle?
Oh, fisting my pickles.
Fisty
Oh, that
McPickle?
sounds really painful. Okay, well,
Now
thank you
listen,
for tuning in.
on the side of the room, don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere, you special people on the side of the room. But for everybody else, thank you for tuning in. And yes, we are back again. We have brushed off our summer cobwebs, and we'll be coming back at you soon with something new. This is Shadiamond.
This is Miss Matinga.
And this is Boobs.
Auntieways. Auntieways. Singing it like Charles Nelson Riley.